Hey everyone, I hope you are having great time and having a wonderful day. Today I would like to share how I built this CSS audio 2TD-X tower crossover network and the cabinet. Alright, let's start assembling here. Don't mind about my little injury. So I'm going to start with the tweeter. So it's very simple and straightforward. You just need to follow the labeling clearly stated on this 3D printed crossover board. So all you need to follow is these numbers. So I'm going to start with this big capacitors. Take the band out and slide this in. In the back, all the lettering that is gonna show. B is on one B is on this side, one B is on this side. So probably I'm just gonna bend like this. That way I can make the joint connection right here. The A is gonna be all the way here, so A is gonna go bend it that way. So that's it. So let's get another cap. So this is gonna go like this. So that's it. Then this is C. So C is gonna go like this because there is a connection point, and B is gonna go this way. It's like this. So this thing needs to be connected in the middle. So there's a hookup wire that come with the unit. So just we're gonna use that. So right now it's time for zip ties. So I have to connect it like this, and then that's the easiest way. So two caps are already mounted, and next thing is the this inductor coil. This is 0.3 millihenry. It's not going anywhere now. So this is the B point going this way. This is the D point going this way. So very simple. And next thing is the this is for 1 ohm. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is very simple. It's right here. D and D. And next one is F. So F supposed to go this way. So I'm gonna put it there for now. It's right nearby C. So F is right here. F, 1, 2, 3, 4 F points. So these are all the input signal there. So 8 ohm goes here at the middle. This is one of the easiest crossover assembly that you will ever do, only except for the soldering. So E right here, that's E. So F is right here. So oh, perfect. And then next one is 3 ohm. This is how it's supposed to look. So 3 ohm. This is, oh man, this is just perfect. So here's all the E points gonna go to this E main point. So this is C. C is right here. So we're finished. All I have to do is put the some soldering on. So this is for the tweeter. So let's go for the woofer. So woofer, we're gonna have this big one. So what you have to do is just through these two holes. It's time for us to, I think, building more crossover and DIY speakers more than ever, because as you can see, or you will see in the market today, the trend of the market is going upward. I mean, the price wise, I mean, nothing's coming down. So once you got this in, B goes this way, A goes this way. It's like this. So you see, here's the A point connection point, here's a B point connection point. That's it, very simple. That's it. So that's a connection points already bent. So I put it under the zip tie. So that way, a little cleaner. That's it. And next thing is you have to put the cross cap from a Jensen 1200 microfarad. So we have to put this on here. And then let's see. Okay. C go this way. That's a C point connection. And D go this way. And tie this down. And next one is 2 inductors. So here it is. C to C. And this is all the B points that goes there. It's right here. This is the input signal for the positive, input signal for negative. We just need to use the jumper cables to connect two boards together, as well as the input terminal. So that's the next step. So right now, assembly is done for the woofer and the tweeter. I stripped the wires. So this one is 36 inches long. This one is for the tweeter crossover and connecting the tweeter, and this one is for the woofers. So two 36 inches and full 22 inches. So I cut them a little bit longer than necessary because I want to have enough slack to arrange and adjust the wires. So, and then I have the two shorter cable left from the one that they supply. So it's going to be one is going to be jumper between these two, connecting two crossover board, and one is going to be connecting from an input terminal. And as you can see here, these are connecting points. This is where it's going to go in here. So I stripped the outer jacket, the white one, about a little over 2 inches. So about 3/4 of an inch strip. So that's all you're gonna need. Yeah, if you strip it like this, when you slide through this hole and when you try to attach with these connecting points, it's gonna be a lot easier. So this is 2-inch strip. This is about 3/4 inch strip of this jacket. That's how it's gonna be. So let's get started. I'm going to start with C to C and D to D. The rest, it has multiple connecting points, so I'm gonna do it later. So I'm gonna start with the easiest one on this tweeter board. C point is done. I'm gonna do a D now. So D is also should be very easy. So before that, let's trim this excess. So I'm gonna put some solder here. So C point and D point is done. Now what we have to do is I'm going to connect this B point right here. This is where I need to connect. So it's going to be very easy as well. So just put some solder. As you can see, B is done. So we're going to have to put jumper cable here, B to B. So now what we need to do is put the jumper cable and then connect the F points. So F point is going to be like this. So I have to solder these two first together. So F point, this two F point is made. Now I'm going to have to do the E points. Two E points on this end is solder. So all I need to do is this E point and two F points, and I have to put A point jumper cable. So that's what I'm gonna do, A and B. It comes with this jumper cable, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to cut two. So this is gonna be A, this is gonna be B. One B point is made. So this side is all done for the assembly. So all I have to do is A point connection. I have to attach this. So as you can see here, I finished soldering this 2D points, E points, and this B point and A point connecting wire. This is jumper cable. C point is done, so all I have to do is this tweeter cable connections. So let's get this going. So let's put some solder on here. So this is the long cable. This is, I cut a 36 inches. So this one is gonna go on this E and F point connecting points. So this is gonna be for the tweeter. So positive is the red, negative is the black. That's always right. So this is how it goes. So this is gonna go in like this. Then flip it over to see where they're gonna be at. Okay, now I can adjust it a little bit. The connector points are made. So now I'm gonna attach the input signal. So this one is connecting to this. This one is connecting to this. So this is how it looks. Tweeter crossover assembly and soldering is done. This is how everything is connected. As you can see here, let me flip it this way. So this is a input signal. So this side is coming from speaker binding post or the input terminals. This is A point connection is made here to this point. This is two A point connections. This is B. B is the 3-point connections from here to here to here. And then this is D point connection is only 2. And C point connection is only 2. E point connection is 3-point connection. This is the where you put the tweeter signal, or where you output the tweeter signal from here to the tweeter, and this side as well. So those are all the connection points that I made, and that's all you need to do. So I'm going to attach the woofer cables. So this is going to be woofer 1 and woofer number 2. This is the input signal. So I'm going to be attaching all the cables right here. So I want to start with this woofer number 2. Oh, is it 2? Yeah. I want to start with woofer number 2. The reason is this point right here, I'm going to make the connection. I'm going to make the connections here. That's woofer number 2. After that, I'm going to be making woofer number 1 connection right here. I'm going to go in like this. You don't need to use your jumper cable here. The woofer number 2 input connections are made right here. As you can see, this is positive and negative. So that's it. That's all you need to follow. And let's get the woofer number 1 going. Woofer number 1 and woofer number 2. So those are done. And next thing is this input signal. So this is going to be a jumper cable between two crossover. So this is going to go in like this right here. So this one is a little bit harder than it look. I was keep burning it, but now it's working. So now this is the connecting point that I have to make right here. This is going to be, this should be pretty easy. So we are almost done assembling here. So this is the cable from here to there. So this is how it's going to look. So in the speaker cabinet here is going to be the bracing. So we're going to go through this. This is the tweeter signal. This cable goes to tweeter. These two are for the 2 base driver. This is the input signal to speaker terminal. This one is the jumper between these 2. So this is input. So this is gonna be connect it here like this. So this is how I connect it. Now this cable is gonna stay like this. So this is gonna be like this inside the cabinet. So from the CSS kit, these are smaller negative quick connects. So these are smaller ones for the base drivers. So I just want to make sure, because if you put the wrong one, it may not fit properly. And this is the slightly bigger one compared to these two. So this bigger one goes to tweeter. So I just want to make sure that. Now I'm going to mount them here. So this is the tweeter. So this is a T. So tweeter is going to be right here. So basically, slide this in, slide this in again. You can solder directly to the driver, these cables. That's optional, if you want, you can do that as well. But I'm gonna be reviewing the kit, so I'm gonna be using all the parts that come with the kit. That's my purpose of this assembly. After all that soldering and assembling the crossover networks, I test fitted with the front buffer only in my system, and I run them full range, and as well as using this subwoofer in stereo mode, and they sounded really nice together, just to confirm the overall functions, and I just want to make sure everything is working. While I running them in, I test fitted the whole cabinet except for the front buffer. Also, I have to label bottom and all that. And also, I mark the crossover mounting points, because the place that I'm mounting is just below the drivers. So I have to make the pilot holes, and I have to mount the crossover before I assemble buffer together. So I started with the bottom and the back. The side panel has to be lifted up and has to be on top of the bottom part. So that's how I assemble it, both sides of the side panel. So you have to do it on the right position, otherwise it will not fit properly. So that's how it fit. After that, I let them sit overnight. So it took me 2 days to complete the two cabinets due to the lack of the F clamps. Then next day, I sand them off nicely with the 220 grit sandpaper to make sure all the unevenness and everything are taken out. And I even put the wood filler. As you can see here, I try with two different methods. On the top of it is the first method that I try. I mount the crossovers, and I put the acoustic foams, and as well as this rock wool below the two base driver. The one on the top doesn't work out well. It's a little muffled for my taste, so I get rid of all the acoustic foams below this rock wool installations, as you can see in the bottom. So that's how I mount it. So my favorite is this bottom acoustic foam treatments and layout. So that's how my setup gonna be. Then I put the front buffers mounted with the drivers. I assemble them together. I clamp them down together and tested it again to make sure everything is functioning and everything is sound as good as it can be. After everything is confirmed for functionality and sound quality and everything, I remove all the drivers except for the crossover, as well as I remove all the acoustic treatments. Then I put the front panel back together with the wood glue, and I let them sit for a few days. Then I finally sand them down, and I put some wood filling, and it turns out really good. Then I will put some veneer wood on it. So please stay tuned, and thank you for watching.